here with Damian Mandola. His name is on the building. Just talk about how this concept, Mandola's, came to be.
Well, when I was first starting the business, I was 5 years into it. I traveled to New York to learn a little bit more about restaurants, and I was a novice. And while in New York or in the north end of Boston or Providence, Rhode Island, I would go to the Italian areas, and you had the bakery, or you had the gelateria, or the cafe, or the deli with all the food products and the cheeses and olive oil and things like that. I just thought, it'd be neat to put all of that under one roof. And so my wife and I, Trina, opened our first Mandolas in 2006 in Austin, Texas. And we had, the growth, just what I described to you, and it just hit the ground running. Then we opened 3 more, and here we are, in Oldsmar. We have our first Florida location is Riverview, and our second is in Carrabba, and then Oldsmar, and then the next one is Odessa, and then Jacksonville. And so we're going to keep going. We partnered up with Paul Avery, who was the Chief Operating Officer of Outback Steakhouse, which encompassed Carrabba's, which I started with my nephew Johnny Carrabba, Bonefish Grill, and Fleming Steakhouse. Paul's very knowledgeable and a great businessman, restaurant business, and I know how to boil pasta, so it makes a good team.
Yeah, Bloomin' Brands, headquartered in Tampa. I mean, was that part of the strategy? And how did that partnership come about to partner with him?
Well, Carrabba started, Tim Gannon, who was the chef of Outback Steakhouse. He had a friend in Houston, and the friend's wife loved Carrabba. So every time he'd go to Houston, they took him to Carrabba's. And then when Chris Sullivan and Bob Basham wanted to, diversify from Outback, they wanted to do Italian, and they asked, instead of reinventing the wheel, is there something out there you've seen? And Tim Gannon said, yeah, you need to go see Johnny Carrabba. So Chris flew down, met with Johnny. Carrabba's was full that night. Johnny was touching tables, and Chris had dinner and loved the food. And Johnny, can I come by your office and talk tomorrow? And one thing led to another, and we teamed up with Outback, and we were the second concept that they ventured off into from Outback 1993 and grew it to 240 restaurants. And then Johnny and I are now out of it. Johnny has the 2 originals in Houston that I was a part of. Trina and I moved to Austin, and I was going to retire, but as you can see behind me, I didn't do that.
No, and just, you touched on it a little bit, but just the Italian market concept. You go up, you order, you come, there's a wine bar in here, you open kitchen, which is, standard at your Carrabba restaurants. Yes. And then, you have the bakery over here with the gelato and the cakes. Is that how you would describe it in the Italian market? Bring the family, sit inside, sit outside?
Yeah, so it's a fast casual, which is a growing market. You come in, you queue up, grab a menu. Mama Mandola is on the cover, which a lot of these are her recipes. And you get to the counter and you order with the cashier. You have beer and wine, cold beverages, water, orangina, pops. And we give you a number. You put it on the table. Everything is cooked fresh. We only have a couple of shrimp and squid in our freezer. That's it. And we cook the food, bring it to your table. All pasta's cooked to order, al dente. Everything is done meticulously and on the spot. And then after you have lunch or dinner, you can come to our bakery. We make all our cakes, pies, cookies, some Italian cookies. And we have a gelato case. Our gelato is made in-house. Multiple flavors. We have pistachio, chocolate, stracciatella. We have sorbetti, which are non-dairy based, lemon, strawberry, raspberry, and so some great sorbetti. And people just love it. You get through eating, you come over and get something sweet, cappuccino, espresso. We have a couple of cappuccino drinks with liqueur in it, Frangelico, what have you. And it's different. It's just colorful, as you can see, the flags, the family photos on the wall. We have, like, at the bar here, our Italian American sports figures. It's just a fun, lively place. Great food, family oriented, hospitality, and it's what Italians, we're hospitable people, fun. So, it just came together, and I love it.
I gotta put you on the spot. What are your go-tos? You know, if somebody comes to Mandola's for the first time from Mr. Mandola, what are you picking for us in the dessert case? And you know, what are the go-tos?
Well,
everything's great, but what are the go-tos?
That's a tough one. Chicken parmigiana is our favorite, our biggest seller. And to me, I like my mom's spaghetti and meatballs. You know, it reminds me of Sundays at my mom's with all the family. But, you know, we do fettuccine alfredo. You can have grilled chicken or grilled shrimp on it. Our pizza are just fabulous. We make our own dough. We make, I forgot this one, but we have homemade focaccia, which is made in-house. And it's gratis, goes on the table with our wonderful herb oil, and people just go crazy over it. And, you know, our pastas are just fantastic. Again, all al dente. Pizza is fantastic. We have wonderful salads. We make our own dressings. We make our own soup, sauces. Gosh, that's a hard one. Everything is wonderful. We have some wonderful ravioli, chicken piccata with lemon and butter sauce and capers. We have chicken marsala with marsala wine reduction from the Lombardi family in Sicily with mushrooms, side of pasta. You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong, and then we're right behind me is the dessert case.
Yeah. If you look at me, you'll see I do taste the desserts here quite a bit.
Is there a go-to? Are you a cake guy, a cookie guy,
I'm a
gelato guy?
I'm a cookie guy and I'm a gelato guy. So I've got to make sure the product, you know, you got to make sure your product's 100%. Good. So my favorite gelato is pistachio. And we use a pistachio paste from Bronte, which is a Sicilian town famous for their pistachios, and it's just the richest flavor. So that's my go-to gelato. My favorite cookies are, well, we don't sell them here, but the cuccidati, which is a Sicilian fig cookie my grandma used to make, very Sicilian. Figs, dates, nuts, red wine, and it's just fabulous. We have pignoli cookies, which are gluten sensitive. We can't say gluten free here because we have flour in the building for pizza and bread and things. But we have pignoli, we have amaretti, which are gluten sensitive, and then we've got sand tarts and chocolate almond bocconcini and Neapolitans, which are three-colored Italian flag cookie. And just, everything's just fabulous. Well presented, friendly people, good staff, great staff. So yeah, we're doing well.
We've had a fantastic experience, my wife and I, and you know, just kind of the future of Mandola's, right? You're going to, you know, Odessa.
Yes.
You know, you have your plans for some in Central Florida, plans for some in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You know, what is your vision for this for the future?
Well, we have 2 more locations we're negotiating and trying to finalize in Houston. We've got a partner possibly in Arizona, and you know, we just want to grow it slowly. We don't want to go crazy. You know, just do what you can do slowly, and then just grow it, kind of like Outback did, and see how far we can get with it. You know, it could be 50, it could be 100, 150 stores. We don't know. Paul is he's the master of that. I'm into the food, and my wife, you know, and I have just developed this concept, this restaurant, and so we're going to see where Paul takes us and where we go with him and our talents, and so we'll see where we get.
To see all these smiling faces with your name on the outside of the building, how exciting is that for you?
Yeah,
what it's all about.
It's about. I wish my mom were here to see this, my grandparents. You got to look at the Sicilian people in all cultures, you know, Polish, Czechoslovakian, whatever. They came to this country with nothing, a suitcase, no money. And my grandparents worked hard, and they got a little grocery store like most Sicilians did in Houston and other cities, and then made a better life for their children. And then if my dad and mom were to see this and see my grandparents see this, I mean, they'd be so proud of what I've accomplished. And so I get choked up about it. But I was fortunate enough to see the old people and see the traditions and the St. Joseph altars from Sicily, and I was kind of the last one that got to see that. And after that, like, my children would never feel that tie to the old country. And so I'm very fortunate.
Incredible food, incredible concept. Thanks so much for your time.